Hello, everyone. This is Turney Marr. I'm the portfolio director for CK Representation. And today I want to share some fun news with you guys about a recent announcement. So, we are officially partnered with El Remanso Rainforest Lodge in the Osa Peninsula of Costa Rica. And a couple days ago, I did our live webinar uh, to announce this partnership. However, we had some technical errors and the presentation didn't record how I wanted it to. So this one is a re-recording, but it will be on our website and our YouTube page as well. And I'm doing a new thing where I bought a microphone, so hopefully the sound quality is a little bit better. And I want to make these for all of the properties that we work with, in order for travel advisors or tour operators, um, editors, anyone who wants to know more specific details about each hotel that we work with. We are happy to put that on our website and it's a resource for you there. I want to show you guys the El Remanso CK webpage. This is a great resource for all of you to have. And you can just go to our partners section, Central America, and you can find it right there, El Remanso, along with the other Costa Rica properties. So on the webpage, you'll see general photos of the property, a little slideshow at the header, and then here is a summary that we personally write. So you'll find the marketing materials. Here it'll be images. Like if you click to it, it'll go to a Dropbox where you can then look at any of the photos, and you can also download them to use on your website, social media, itineraries, wherever most is most necessary. And then we'll have rates, and that again just goes to a Dropbox. And same with all the other things like activity books, fact sheets, presentations. Um, we always put the reservation information on the webpage, but please always remember to CC us so that we can overlook the whole process of booking or whatever question that you have and help expedite the process and improve it. So yeah, we're going to cover all of this in my PowerPoint presentation of El Remanso, but this is more generally so you know how to use our website. Just a quick reminder that it is there and it's a resource for you. We'll show you where to fly into, when the best time to visit is, or in Costa Rica, I don't say best time, but when are the different times, what weather you'll experience, what wildlife you'll see, all the hotels that keep there for family. So yeah, these unique selling points are something that I really uh, recommend using because they uh, go beyond like the property and more into how are we helping you sell this and what really makes it stand out among other places and why it's special. So don't forget to utilize these unique selling points and best combined with. These are all going to be found, like you can, of course, look at the best combined with, but our long run goal now is best combined with can almost always be found in our itinerary section. So, where you'll find a different selection of itineraries for all the properties that we work with in Central and South America. Okay, and then the room descriptions, you'll see like different photos of all the rooms on each page of our website, where exactly the hotel is located, thanks to Google Maps, and then a video. So. All right. Well, that really set the tone for the presentation. So let's go ahead and hop back into it. All right. So just before we go into specifics about El Remanso, he's a reminder of all the properties that we work with in Central America. Most are part of Cayuga, with the exception of Rancho Santana in Nicaragua and same with El Remanso in Costa Rica. But they all share the same essence along with all of our other properties. So in the South America, one thing to remember, if you've ever been to a CK representation affiliated hotel, whether it be in Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Argentina, Chile, you can expect that type of standard among the rest of the portfolio. So if your guests loved one of our properties, they'll definitely be willing to go see another partner and have a similar experience. All a little bit off the beaten path, but focused on sustainability and truly working with local communities. Okay, so let's get on with the presentation. As you know, we're now representing El Remanso Rainforest Lodge in the Osa Peninsula of Costa Rica. So let's show you where that is. The Osa Peninsula is located in the southwest region of Costa Rica, near the border of Panama. So it's a 50-minute flight from SJO to Puerto Jimenez, SJO San Jose International Airport, and Sunset Airlines flies daily from San Jose to Puerto Jimenez. So if you arrive early in the day to San Jose from the United States or wherever your guests are traveling from, they can typically catch a flight the same day to go to Puerto Jimenez. And the domestic airport is a quick 5-10 minute walk from the international terminal. You just follow the sidewalk to the left all the way to the domestic airport. So it's super easy to arrive and get to El Romanzo from the same day, or if you're coming from another destination in Costa Rica, like maybe from Arenal or from Papagayo, it's still accessible. But if you want to go by car, it's 6 hours from San Jose and 3 hours by Uvita. And we're going to have a sample itinerary on our website that shows how the combination with Cura and Palenque can be done. So this is just a little bit more about the company. It was founded in 1999 by the owners Daniel and Adriana. Lovely people. It's what made me want to work with El Romanzo so much is when I got there, the staff were so friendly, the owners are so welcoming, and you can tell this is not something they're doing to just make money. This is a passion project. They've poured their life into creating this magical experience for people all over the world to come see the real Costa Rica, what it has always been, the jungle and the beach and nature. So the why is exactly that, working with local people and letting them share their passion of their homeland. For example, Guillermo on the left here, he's the GM, and he was the GM at Lapa Rios for several years when they were part of Cayuga Collection. So we do have a connection with them from being president in Costa Rica the past 10 years, and that makes it even more worthwhile working with them. Um, and they proudly generate 100% of their electricity from solar and hydropower, which is amazing. So the property in itself is 185 acres of rainforest. Some of it's primary and some of it's regenerating forest. When they purchased the property, there were sections that had been preserved. Like there are 500-year-old trees on the property, which is outstanding to see. It's like you almost break your neck looking at the very top of it. But they also have regenerating forests from what used to be farmland and logging. Now you can be in the primary forest seeing those old trees, and then you can also be in the regenerating forest where it's younger but still thriving with wildlife. And it's all protected from basically, sorry, I'm going to go back to the map, but being between Corcovado National Park and Golfo Doce, it is a protected area. So they are doing their duty protecting this region. So I won't want to spoil too many of the surprises, but there are lots of fun things to do on the property, which you'll see soon. Okay, so here's an overview of the property. This is a drone shot showing the villas and the restaurant and the lobby. You can see it's all in a line, basically along a ridge that goes downhill towards the ocean. As you can see here, the lobby is at the entrance, and then it follows a hill all the way to the beginning of the beach trail where you can hike to the beach. And you see, this is basically all private because I mean, there's not really anyone else coming to the beach from this region unless it's guests of the hotel. So, for example, after I did the big waterfall rappelling tour, which you'll see here soon, I came down to the beach and had it all to myself. So that's one outstanding thing about the property among many others. So here's some pictures. This is the lobby, and then right next to it, you have the pool and some of the activities and features of nature on the property shown here. Hanging bridge, monkeys. So they have all four species of monkeys in Costa Rica: the spider, howler, the capuchin, and also the titi or the squirrel monkey. And then sloths, certain times of year, you can see turtles hatching. So other creatures too, which is a major highlight. And all of you who are watching this, this is the package that you'll want to book at El Remanso, whether it be directly with them or with a DMC. But it's the experience package, including 3 meals a day, round trip transportation from Puerto Jimenez. They can go to Pan Dulce, where it's a beach that is swimmable, and you can also learn how to surf there. And then guide experience, which includes hikes, river walks, bird watching, Matapalo tour, basically a beach walk, a night walk, and then a backstage tour to see, like a sustainability tour that Cayuga does. You can see the back of the house and learn more about the operations. But also, the one thing that's amazing is the uh, coffee that they bring to your door. So here are the experiences included and transportation, and then the restaurant. So the food is phenomenal, very locally sourced and reasonable portions, very fresh. I can't say enough good things about the food experience there. It feels very natural and intact with everything that they're doing. And I love the phrase soil to table. They've got a garden that the staff and yard keepers take care of, and I've seen here the children love to go check it out. So this is typically the view from this is the view from the restaurant overlooking the Pacific Ocean. So sunsets here are absolutely phenomenal. Like nothing else I've seen in my life, maybe besides from the mountaintop of Cura, but there's just something interesting when you can see the sunset over the beach and you're still on a hilltop, like at eye level with it. It doesn't beat actually being on the beach for sunset, but we'll take it. All right, so here's the accommodations, the best part, right? So we've got several different categories, and we'll go through each. The deluxe villas is what I always recommend booking because you've got this wraparound balcony. You've got the uh, plunge pool right there, which is very nice to cool off in day and night. I mean, it's steamy in El Remanso, but they use this open architecture that creates exceptional natural ventilation, which uh, doesn't require air conditioning. So this is how they're able to completely run on 100% renewable energy with the high ceiling fans, strategic placement of the villa within the trees and on the mountaintop, so that it's constantly getting a nice breeze. And yeah, it's really an impressive accommodation considering the location. I'll put it that way. I mean, you're staying in a lovely villa, but in the morning time, around 5 in the morning, you've got monkeys on the canopies, you've got birds flying overhead, sometimes stopping on the balcony to perch what's out on the ocean, and it's truly one of a kind nature experience that you won't find anywhere else in Costa Rica. Like I said, I've been to Costa Rica 25 times in 6 years, and this felt more like an authentic rainforest experience than anywhere that I've ever been, which is crazy because it's so accessible. But it really, even though you can get there the same day from flying out of the United States, and quite quickly, I mean, if you're like me in Austin or Houston or even Denver, you can arrive to San Jose around noon, hop on a flight to Puerto Jimenez, and you're at El Romanzo having a late lunch at 3 p.m. So for the access to be able to be this intertwined in nature is fantastic. So always recommend booking these. And there's something I have to mention is there is a double for families. So there's one deluxe double, which means that it's the villa with basically another villa stacked on top of it. So it's two bedroom, two bath, and can comfortably sleep a family of four or even six. But the villas are just one deluxe villas with the plunge pool are one story, king bed, day bed, and they can also bring in a roll-out mattress or two if needed. So, or sorry, just one more. So you can have four people total in the deluxe villas. So the classic bungalows are very similar to the deluxe villas, but they don't have the plunge pool and not as much space. As you can see, like this is a different design. It's not all open air. The bathroom is pretty much in the middle of the room, so you don't have as much space, but you still have plenty of space. And then these superior garden rooms, they're on top of the Potiete suites and have a nice view of the jungle. Okay, then the superior rooms, you've got the ocean and garden views. They can sleep families of two to three, and then all the interior is very similar to what you've seen in the other rooms. And all of them include Wi-Fi, early morning coffee and tea room service. The Wi-Fi is works usually better like at the lobby and at the restaurant. It's not terrible at the rooms, but you are in the rainforest, so it's not always super reliable. But that's not the point of coming to El Romanzo. You want to put that phone away and just reconnect with nature. But the superior rooms are nice because they are above the Pontiente suites and have a lot of open space. These ones do have the ocean view. So you're up in the canopy. It doesn't have as good of like ventilation as the villas do. They were built a long time ago, so the villas are newer structures with newer technology. But these are still amazing rooms as well. And the Poniente Suite, they don't have the view of the ocean. They have the garden view since they are underneath the superior rooms. So safe bet is to always go with the villa or the classic bungalow or the superior room for your guests. And always push for the villa with the plunge pool. That's my personal CK representation tip for you. Okay, so additional experiences within El Romanzo, they've got zipline canopy observation expedition and waterfall rappelling with expert English speaking local guides. And then if you want to leave El Romanzo, they can include surfing at Cabo Mato, or sorry, Pandolce, I think, or a beach nearby, depending on the waves that day. And then visit Corcovado National Park, which is something I want to talk about at the end of this, just to give you some piece of advice on how to get the best stay at El Romanzo. But yeah, waterfall rappelling was fabulous. I mean, you're on the property, so only guests of the hotel get to do it. And it happened that I was the only one willing to do it the day that I visited and had it all to myself, which was an unbelievable experience. The guides were still super professional and fun, and it was something I'll never forget. They do have a wellness menu for anyone who wants to do yoga or do a massage. It's an additional cost, but it's well worth it. Okay, and then yeah, more experiences that are additional, like I mentioned, Corcovado National Park. You can do mangroves by kayak or boat, and Golfo Dulce by boat. And this is why I always recommend doing 4 nights here at El Romanzo because you want to do at least 2 days of, or a half day and a full day of all the activities on the El Romanzo property. The morning hike, the night hike, waterfall rappelling, and also the zip line. Those are all very well worth experiencing, especially since it's only for guests of El Romanzo. But then you will also might want to spend a whole nother day exploring Corcovado National Park. That's what most people going to the Osa Peninsula want to do. It is a full day tour because they have to go back to Puerto Jimenez and then take a boat to Corcovado. from my understanding. But you should also, if you don't do that, then do a Golfo Dulce by boat tour because you want to be on the water to see the wildlife, the dolphins year round. And nowadays the whales are almost there year round also, because Golfo Dulce is so deep. They come from the north and the south, to breed there. And I've seen whales in January when I was at the Costa Peninsula. However, if you want a more guaranteed sight of them, then September, sorry, like now, July or early August until October is the best time for whale watching. So here's some more marine life. And of course, if you want to book El Romanzo for your clients, please reach out and I can connect you directly with their sales and reservations team. And you can get commission from them, or we can connect you with the DMC who can handle all the components of the trip because likely your guests are going to want to go more than one place in El Romanzo. However, as I mentioned, it is quickly accessible from the United States. So there are people who will spend 4 to 7 days at El Remanso, enjoying the Osa Peninsula, and then flying back home. But typically, they'll connect it with Manuel Antonio or Cura in Uvita, or even Isa Palenque in the Osa Peninsula. However, their trip may be going, we can always help connect the dots and make it as seamless, no matter where your clients are going. And no matter where your guests are going in Costa Rica, so no matter where your guests are going in Costa Rica, please don't hesitate to contact us. We're more than happy to piece together an itinerary. We're going to have sample itineraries on our website that show connections with Cura, and also with Isa Palenque for El Remanso Lodge. And we can always help customize anything. So don't forget that we're your source of information for Central and South America, especially with our partners. And we're here to help you out. So let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, let's keep in touch. But before we go, here's a few pictures of Isa Palenque. I just did the connection. I went to Isa Palenque for 3 nights, crossed over the Panama border to Costa Rica, and went to El Remanso. So as you can see, Isa Palenque is right here in the Gulf of Chiriqui, and you take a quick boat ride back to Boca Chica, about 15 minutes, and then it's around 2 hour drive to Paso Canoas border, easy crossover, and then you actually cross the border and then go into get your passport stamp. They have a brand new Costa Rica customs immigration building right at the border. It makes it super easy and it's never packed. I mean, it took me literally 5 minutes to get through and to get my stamp and to put my bags through the security. So no problem at all. And Isla Palenque and El Romanzo, if you want to book them directly, they can help arrange the transfer between the two. Or, of course, a DMC will be able to handle that as well. I'm more than happy to make that connection. And then, yeah, just it shows a bit here, like the if you were to just drive from one to one, it would be about 4 hours, 45 minutes. However, from Golfito, it's a quick boat ride, about 30 minutes over to Puerto Jimenez. So you save having to do this whole drive, and it's a wonderful boat ride, right? You're on the Golfo Dulce, one of the only tropical fjords in the world here on our side of the planet. But yeah, so there's more information on how to get there. And we all know Isla Palenque. You can't beat it from going to a 500-acre island to a 185-acre jungle. It's tough to beat. For guests wanting a more adventurous honeymoon, it's a really nice connection from Osa Peninsula El Remanso Lodge to Cura. And we advise going to El Remanso Lodge first, arriving in Puerto Jimenez from San Jose, enjoying El Remanso, and afterwards going to Cura. And again, Cura and El Remanso can help arrange that transfer for your guests if you're booking directly with them, or this is something a DMC can handle as well. So really nice option. And after Cura, it's about a 1 hour drive to Capos, where they can fly from Capos to San Jose on Sansa. Another really great connection. And then yeah, Cura again, only 8 suites, a mountaintop overlooking the ocean. You can see the Osa Peninsula from your room, so you'll be able to wave and say, "Oh, remember all those amazing adventures we were doing before we came here?" It's a nice warm up. And then, of course, Manino Baena National Park, aka the Whale's Tail. So there you have it, and we'll see you next time.